Up, Houston? We are back.
So,
You.
We are in off-season mode. We are talking free agents. We did our wish list for free agents already. You can check that video out. We did our free agents that we want to keep more realistic. Now we are moving to Zach's favorite, the defense.
word.
We got a lot of comments asking about defensive players, who we should get, and all that. So we are here for you to help you out. Um, who are y'all looking at?
All right, well, let's start with the D line. And I'm pretty adamant that the interior, the D linemen, should be a lot of the guys brought back. Sheldon Rankins, Ridgeway. Um, Derek Barnett could play a little bit. Khalil Davis. Like, I liked all those guys, what they did. And I'm not really eager to commit a lot of money to anybody because how we cycle through linemen within the game. So like I'm not gonna touch interior linemen too much because like anybody I ask anyway, they're like, we should get Chris Jones. It's like fucking duh, we should get Chris Jones. You don't have Chris Jones money, dummy.
Yeah.
We should bring DJ Reader back. Well, fucking no, duh. We don't have Reader money. But you know, Malik Collins is a beast. Ridgeway did his thing. Like that covering your two A gaps in the middle. It's like, yeah, I'm good with that. Like I'm confident in that. So I'm good
They
with
know
that.
the system. DeMeco knows them. They know how to mesh together with this defense already. It just works.
So then it brings up the question like, what do you do with Grenard? Like, what is Grenard worth to you?
Hmm, that's a good question because it. I don't want to overpay him
At all?
at all, but I would like to keep you if the price is right, type of stuff.
But that's my thing. Is like I firmly believe at this point, like players like Chase Young and Josh Allen, they're chasing the bag. So like I don't want to deal with you. And somebody I forgot who said it. I think it was Ron said the idea of a player like that is better than they actually are. So like I don't think you the expectations that we would have for you, you couldn't live up to. So I don't even want to risk that. So then it's like, are you worth $20 million to me a year, Grenard? I'm gonna say no. I feel that way. I don't know how everybody else feels, because I feel like I could spend that same 20 on a better player.
Yeah,
So like, if I push off Grenard and I'm gonna offer money and years, I'm going after Brian Burns from the Carolina Panthers. I just love how that dude plays. Like he don't miss games. He does his job. His numbers are always good. Like it's worth it to me. And he's big as fuck. So he's perfect opposite of Will.
market
But if I'm
value.
going short term for a lot of money, Daniil Hunter. Like we've heard his name around our place for like a whole season, and it's like there's smoke, there's fire. So it means y'all like this dude into some capacity. So I'd be willing to offer, and he's older, I get that, but like a lot of money for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good with that too.
Because both their market values are about 20, 21 each, and all that
Yes.
stuff. But it, I don't know what it is. Nick has a way of getting 1 year big contract deals done. We saw it with Schultz. We saw it with other players. So it's going to be interesting if he goes for the bigger name players
Mm-hmm.
like Allen's and them and pays them, and he's like, okay, here. Or if he does, like you said, the one deal, here's a lot of money, take a risk, and then if you don't, it don't work out, hey, you're off of our team, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
but I
feel
also
feel comfortable with that. I really do.
like the one of the things like I just keep thinking about though is also like the success the team had seeing DeMeco as a defensive minded coach.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what interest of these free agents on the defensive side are like. I want to go play with that guy. I want to go play with that team right there. Like knowing that you have help on a defensive team of a bunch of guys that we didn't expect to play up to the level they did. So as a player, it's kind of like if you did that with him, what can you elevate my game to also? So a 1 year deal might be someone like, hey, I might get more money next year because he may elevate
Mm-hmm.
me. But then it's also like if like Josh Allen, for instance, I've been wasting my whole years in Jacksonville. Let me go to a team that can compete and play for a coach that is going to utilize my skill set. And then so it's like I'm very interested in the defensive side for sure because I'm like,
As far as it pertains to the defensive line, if you ask me what like to bet on something, what we do is Grenard comes back
That'd be
because
tight.
because you're gonna bring Derek Barnett back, who's a in. Will Anderson's an in. You got that kid we drafted from TCU last year, Horton. He's an in. So it's like I think that Grenard will take a fair team deal, but I also think they value his speed off the end. Like Will pushes him that way, and then Grenard's speed gets to it because that's how Grenard got a lot of sacks. So if I had to bank on anything, I think that Grenard is a Texan in 2024.
I'd be okay with that.
you know, you talk me into it.
Oh,
I'm fine with it.
But if Brian Burns or Daniil Hunter end up on this team, you should be excited.
how would you feel about AJ Espinosa ended up over here from the Bills?
What the fuck do I want him for?
I'm just asking. I
And
was
I'm just
looking at
asking back, what the fuck do I want him for? Like I have young guys on the bench who are like gonna play for like $3 million who outperform you.
hey, I saw people bringing his name up today. That's why I brought it up.
If
He
to be
don't
fair,
even start over there when they're healthy. Like what the fuck do I
I
want you
know.
for?
I think people just go around the league and pick free agents that they think did good. But I've noticed with football players, fans, they look at numbers, and a lot of numbers are inflated on some of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of our fans that comment, they'll be like, "Oh, this guy did really good," and I was like, "Well, yeah, of course he did because you have fucking Miles Garrett on the other side taking five dudes at one time." Like,
But that like Obo, like that was one player that you brought him. Obo is one player we dropped the bag on. Like we fumbled that. We should have brought you back because you were fucking good, bro. Like he would be the perfect player to play across from Will if Grenard were to leave. But just don't do no dumb shit and go sign like Zadarius Smith. I don't want those bums over here. I don't want Bud Dupree. I don't want names. People a name don't mean shit. Can you get to the QB? Can you contain the edge? Can you do your job? That's all the fuck I care about.
all right, what position are we moving to next?
We could push back one level and go linebacker.
All right, linebackers. Ooh, that's one position we definitely need. Help Will Anderson out. Help.
Okay. So you can do this one or two ways. Damn, that chick on the TV is hot. Uh there's a quite a few linebackers in this free agency class that you can go after. It just depends on like how bad you want a linebacker. And what I mean by that is that you can take a shot at like Shaq Leonard or Devin White. Like Leonard's always fucking hurt, but he was elite when he was playing. Devin White he's Devin White. He's fucking amazing. But then you had a shitty year. It's like, are you just not interested in football no more, or what's the deal with you? Like you can bank on the fact that they'll get back to where they were, or do you go after a linebacker who's actually playing exceptionally well? You know what I'm saying?
It it's tough for me on linebacker because there's some dudes that are ballers, and then there's some dudes that have the bigger name power. And if
Mm-hmm.
they play to that potential, then they kind of elevate a little bit more. But then it's like, I want to take that risk on it. I
So
don't
here's
think
what
I
I'm
do.
thinking. I got the two motherfuckers you can gamble on in Shaq and Devin White. I believe Devin White is the perfect linebacker for DeMeco. That's my opinion. Like if he can just do what DeMeco says, then he might could be the best linebacker in football. But then the two I want to go after, like who I know are balling right now, they're in their physical prime, and I know what I'm getting from you, would be Frankie Luvu from the Panthers, who's a fucking animal, son. Like this Samoan is crazy,
Yeah, he
and he
sacked
would
the shit out
fit.
of
He would fit us because he can get anywhere on the field. But then there's Jordyn Brooks from Seattle, and I've been leaning towards him the whole time. And my question to you is like, I personally believe that Jordyn Brooks and Shaq Leonard are the leader that the defense desperately needs. But I really want Frankie Luvu because that motherfucker is crazy, son. He's fucking mean. That Samoan is mean, son.
You talked about him in one of your IDP videos, and then I saw him play us. And he sacked CJ, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's mean as hell." All right,
And he's one of those players that you can get at a good ass price because I don't think that he's valued to his talent yet. You know what I mean?
his market value is 11 mil.
Well, that's, I mean,
Nothing.
come on, Craig.
Yeah,
If I
that
told
ain't
you I had a linebacker who, what did he get last year? I wrote this shit down. 125 tackles, 5.5 sacks, and a pick. He had 7 sacks last year, all from the middle linebacker spot. That's crazy numbers. I'll take it.
jeez. Yeah, it's a bad man. You don't want Patrick Queen after
I don't.
today's game?
I don't. No disrespect, Pat, but like,
I was gonna
I
ask you
believe-
about Patrick Queen because I remember you bringing him up, like when the
a-
season first started.
no, when last season first started. Well, that's the thing. Everybody's like, Patrick Queen is fucking good. I was like, yeah, he looks fucking amazing next to Roquan. But like, you're the middle linebacker they drafted, and they were ready to dump your ass, so they had to go trade to bring in another guy, give him a shit ton of money, and then you look good playing next to him. Pat Queen's good. He's just not a middle linebacker. You can't do what I need to be done. That's as simple as it is.
So what about Denzel Perry? No,
What about him?
no, I know.
I mean, we need some fucking special teams players.
I saw somebody bring up Josh Uche's name.
I don't need outside linebackers. I'm really good at outside linebacker right now. I need a middle linebacker that can call it. Oh, good pass. I would be super excited with Luvu or Devin White because do you realize how fast we would be at linebacker with Christian Harris and Blake already there? We'd be dumb fast.
I can already see DeMeco smiling when he gets some new players.
See, I like Shaq Leonard because he used to kill us, but you're 29, I think, and you've been hurt a lot, so it's like I can't risk that. I think Devin White's gonna want too much money on name value alone, and don't know if I can do that either. So, Luvu or Jordyn Brooks? I think Jordyn Brooks might be a little bit hard to pull away from Seattle. I'm not sure. They got Bobby Wagner. The rumor is Mike McDaniel's going to be their coach over there, which means he might take Pat Queen with him to replace Jordyn Brooks. And plus, Jordyn Brooks went to Tech, bro. Like, bring him home. I know he's from Dallas, but still, come on.
Okay.
Do him better and show him Houston.
We'll just get him and Luvu.
I dare you to give me both, bro. I dare you. One of the two, though, I'd be very pleased with. I'd be very pleased with it, especially if you get Jordyn Brooks, because I do believe that he's the leader that the defense needs. There was a game where Seattle played San Francisco this year on a Sunday night, and San Francisco jumped out early, and he pretty much cuts the whole fucking defense out. And they got their shit together, and that means something to me.
Because you expected Jimmy Ward to be that guy, and it didn't happen. So you need a voice in that, especially for Will. Will seems more like he wants to be the dominant player on the field. Mm-hmm. I don't really want to be the vocal leader that I have to be on there. And it's nothing to him. It's just not everybody's meant to be that.
It's like, bro, you're still trying to figure out how to do shit. So how do I expect you to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he was vocal a lot this year for a rookie, but he also knew his place where he's like, I don't know how to tell these guys, like, these are grown men, like, you know, and so it's when you have that extra voice in there to help you out.
That's the only knock to Frankie Luvu coming here. It would be like Tasmanian devil telling people to settle down. It's like, shut up. Don't you tell me to settle down.
Good luck him and Petrie. It's moving on to another position. I know secondary is one that is definitely on the radar. As far as safeties, probably more than cornerbacks.
But that's the thing, though. How fly are you trying to get with this? Like, we have money. So
we got 70 plus.
There's some big ass names out there you can go after. So let's operate under the assumption that we don't draft Kool-Aid McKinstry in the first round. And we're like, but we still didn't get Steven Johnson, but we have some money to spend. Like, do you go after a big name?
I have a name in mind that I thought of earlier, and then the fucking Chiefs won, and I don't think we could get him now. But I was thinking L'Jarius Sneed.
Like, I got him written down too, and I think he's very much attainable. He's so attainable. You tell me why he's not, and I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong.
I was just gonna say if they win the Super Bowl, they want to re-sign him.
Terrible reason. Chris Jones, Derek Nottie, both of them are free agents. You can't lose two starting offensive linemen like that, and you already got Trent McDuffie, who you drafted with a first round pick to replace him. I definitely think L'Jarius Sneed is fucking available. He's the second person I wrote down, and it's only because I want Antoine Winfield Jr. from the Bucks. I'm dead fucking set on stealing a defender from the Chiefs or the Bucks. The Chiefs or the Bucks. I don't know why. I just want to do it.
Good
I
defense.
think L'Jarius Sneed would be dope. He had like 78 tackles and 2 picks this year, which the picks could probably get brought up, but I mean, 2 is better than none. So
That motherfucker can shut people down, and he's probably the best open field tackler there is in this league. I will take him.
made my mind up. I want L'Jarius Sneed.
But
I mean,
we're a little bit desperate at safety. That's why I had him number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need the help. You look at Petrie and you're like, all right, I'm cool with you. But then after that, it was like, I was hoping.
So we're all
Jimmy
in
Ward would
agreement
get-
that we really don't give a fuck about Jimmy Ward coming back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think
cool. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't being a hater.
No. I had already in my head expected that it was going to be one of those DeMeco things where it's like, bye, friend. There's a few guys on the team where I'm like, thanks.
Well, see, here's the thing though: is there's quite a few guys who are free agents that, on name value, would kind of pique our interest. Darnell Savage, Kyle Duggar, um, people like that, and it's like, but do you make the team better? Like what the Carson Houston kid did. He played fucking good football for us, bro. Like, can you outplay this kid for that other safety spot? And I'm not entirely sure that any of these safeties could, aside from Antoine Winfield.
Like, do y'all think that linebacker or safety is more of the need? Because
Middle linebacker is the most important need of the whole offseason, in my opinion.
like that's how I feel also. So if you get solidify that spot right there, first free agent, boom, there we go. Like you get your guys and all that, but you get that free agent. Then I feel like you can play a little bit with the safety position because if you lock in, let's say Luvu, and then you go in and get somebody else at safety, that already elevates a pretty dominant defense that you had even further now because you're filling in holes that you
Because people have to realize is you need a third safety on this team. When Houston goes to play the nickel and they run a 4-2-5, which means you got 5 secondary players, you need that safety who could come down and hit, which is probably going to be Petrie. So, but somebody still got to fucking cover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we need a safety, but it's just a matter of like spending the money or no.
I mean, I'm looking at some.
I'm gonna go with kind of like mediocre name. Like, would you take CJ Gardner-Johnson?
Yeah.
He's dirty.
I mean, if I want a dirty player, I can always go get Kareem back, but
He's a different kind of dirty. CJ's way more productive.
I just kidding.
He's not gonna get suspended every game.
Nah, but CJ might get hurt like he'll play 2, get hurt for 2, play 2, get hurt for 2, play 2, get hurt for 5.
Oh, he's like Stingley. That's cool.
Show up in the playoffs and act like he's been there the whole year.
I mean, looking up like Antoine Winfield's market value is like 18,
He's so good though, bro.
and that team probably gonna let some people walk because they got to blow some shit up,
Mm-hmm.
and they got to pay their receiver. So I don't know. It's gonna be fun though. So we rank linebacker, and then
I say linebacker. So you just have to figure. I think the number 2 thing would be is like you don't know if you need a pass rusher or a corner because like what do you do with Grenard? What do you do with Nelson? Those 2 starter spots that got to be accounted for.
so if you bring them back, then
then you're kind of good. Like you have a starter if you got your linebacker, and then you got them two fools back. Then all you have to decide is like, all right, Jimmy, are we sick of your shit or no? Because if we are, then I can just get rid of your dumb ass. This stupid ass fans. Jimmy Ward is the kind of player you can literally just fucking cut. Like you can cut him. We don't give you. It doesn't matter. Not fucking like Damian Pierce, because you can cut that fool or Tunsil and just put Desmond King in that spot.
Yeah. It frees up an active roster spot. It frees up
Yes.
a bunch of stuff. So I like defensive videos because there's a lot of shiny new toys out here that we can go with and everything. The offense was fun because there was big names, but this one is this one's fun because we have holes in this. We knew what some of our weak points were, specifically on defense. Guarding the tight end spot, running the ball, getting the ball defense of running game and all that. So I like this. I'm excited. I'm good. If you made it to this point, Houston fans, let us know what you think. Who do you think? I already know. I put $5 that somebody's gonna put Buda Baker's name in the comments.
Mister, I played 3 games a season.
Yeah. But let us know who you think we should get. Check out our other videos, our free agents videos up above in the playlist. Good luck, Texans fans. Enjoy the offseason. It's going to come by fast with draft and free agency. Once the Super Bowl's over, we're out of here. Later.
Deuces.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.